What's up with my AP family? It's your boy LAPA coming through with another video. Some solid ass content. You guys already know what we're here for, man. Trying to deter these youngsters and even the reoffenders, right, from going back into the lifestyle. And you know, I do it by way of my experiences, man. Dropping some knowledge, and hopefully like I said, it could be deterrent, you know. And as you can tell by that little caption, that uña, that thumbnail, man, oh man, Bakers and a dude from Valencia, right? So let me go ahead and get into the story, man. So this takes place at New Corcoran State Prison, CSAT-F to be exact, California Substance Abuse Treatment Facility, C-Yard, the 180, the level 4. And basically, man, this happened in 4 block. It happened in 4 block. And there was these dudes, man. So at the time, let me lay the groundwork a little bit. We're on a lockdown. You know, I've told my story before. And we were on a lockdown after we kicked it off with the Norteños on Father's Day of 2009. This happened probably, man, I want to say maybe about 8-9 months into the lockdown. It was almost a year. And yeah, man, so we had the homie from Colonia Bakers. And what did I say? Colonia Bakers. If I say chicas, my bad. Colonia Bakers. If I did say chicas, my bad. I always get the two confused. And I'm gonna be real and raw. I ain't gonna start the whole video over, man. That's just what it is. I don't rehearse my videos or anything like that. Anyways, I digress. So the dude from Valencia, man, was Travi. The homie from fucking Colonia Bakers was Gizmo. And you know, they were both short dudes. The dude Gizmo was real, like he carried himself like real political, real high power. He used to talk with the, hey, what's up, Holmes? Yeah, I see monkey see on me. Like one of them cats, right? And you know, I never been one of them dudes to talk in that certain manner, man. I always talk regular. So anyways, we're in the top tier, man. And one day, man, I make pisto. And I shoot him some pisto. Obviously, you know, on a lockdown, we have to fish it. We have to fish it back and forth. And we're fishing with these cats, man. And with some other camaradas too, because, you know, we're all partying on the tier. Maybe 2 or 3 cells are partying, meaning drinking, doing their thing. We got a phone going back and forth. And you know, I end up shooting some cups to these cats, right? And we already knew that these dudes didn't like each other, you know? But, you know, up there, the policy is, especially on the 180, on the level 4, man, the 180, man, I can't emphasize enough. Like, you cannot fight a fellow camarada, because if you do, man, bro, you're going to catch the blues. You're going to catch the blues in the worst way. You know, so anywho, we shoot up some cups, couple of cups. You know, we're drinking ourselves. We're bumping Chalino, we're bumping Cadetes, we're bumping no te corridos, you know, incomparables de Tijuana. You know, we were bumping all that shit. Me and Marcelli, man. Marcelli from Lamont, Barrio Chico Lamont in Kern County, Pelon, Little Pelon. And we're just chilling. We're chilling with it and Dylan. And yeah, so we sent something that way, and we're like, hey, you know what? Just keep our line in your cell. Keep your line in your cell. And whenever you're ready, you know, just tug a couple of times. You know, sometimes you're like, hey, jalale, you know, una vez, things like that. Nah, we already had a system down to where it's just like pull a few times and then we'll pull. That way the black guys don't even they're not even hip to our whole get down, right? So these dudes are supposed to pull a few times, and I'm waiting there for 5-10 minutes. They never pull. So I leave it there. I tie the line up to a little thing, to a little toilet paper roll. I put it in the edge of the door. That way they won't pull my fucking line, pull it all the way in. I don't want to lose my line of the tier, right? And so after a while, man, I forget. After like 20-30 minutes, I swear to God, it was a long time. I forget. And then all of a sudden, man, we're hearing a camarada on a tier trying to get at these dudes, and we hear the ruckus, and we're far away, man. We're what cell was I in? I was like in 225. This happened like in 229. 228, 229, almost by 230, somewhere over there. There's enough cells. There's a whole shower next to us, to the left, and then there's all the way down to 239, 230, 229, 220. One of those cells, I can't remember. It was years ago. This was in 2009, fellas, or 2010. One of those 2 years. Yeah, man. Eventually, we couldn't hear shit because the music. In between one of those songs, we ended up hearing something, and we're listening, and we're calling on the tier like, "Hey, Travi, this Mo," you know, like, and you know, unfortunately, man, it turns out that these cats, they couldn't handle their liquor. You know, they couldn't handle their liquor. You know, they were drunk as fuck. They were two little dudes with a Napoleon complex. They were both politicked out. I will say this. The dude Gizmo was, for his size, he was stocky. He was short, but he was stocky. You know, obviously, you know, if you're short, your muscles compress. The dude from Valencia, man, he was skinny, bro. You know, he was skinny as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So, fast forward, like I said, yeah, man, maybe about, I want to say, almost 2 hours goes by. And I'm trying to pull my line back, right? And since we're on lockdown, the placas haven't walked around in a minute. They're supposed to walk around with their little fucking caminadas every so often, you know. But I know they're gonna pass eventually. And at this time, I still don't know for sure that they're fighting each other. We just know that there's something going on down there, and we're thinking that they're just drunk. So we keep bumping, we're doing our thing. But eventually, I'm thinking, like, I'm trying to pull my line back. Like, man, I'm pissed. I'm like, man, let go of my line. Hey, homie, hey, córtame la línea. You know, like, let me go, dog. Desamárrame. And before you know it, here comes the placa. Here comes the CO walking by. It was a female CO. And she's walking by, and I'm thinking, like, fuck, man, I'm pissed now. Because, you know, the COs really don't trip at the time as far as where we're fishing. But you know, you don't ever want to put yourself on blast having a linea out there and shit for the COs to see, because, you know, automatically, you know, they're gonna be like, hey man, you know, these fools are doing something. You know what I'm saying? Like, as harmless as they may be for the most part, you still don't want to put yourself on blast, right? So anywho, she's walking down the tier, man. She passes our cell. She passes the shower door. She closes the shower door. Boom. I hear her fucking slam the shower door. 226, 227, 228. When she gets towards her cell, all I hear is, get down, get down, get off him, get off him, get off him, get down. She pressed the button. The fucking alarm in the day room goes off. Boop, 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 boop. Me and my sailor like, fuck, man. On the 180s, there's 3 windows. There's 2 windows in the cell door, and then there's one on the side by the concrete wall. So if you're by the sink, you can see out through that 3rd window. And when that happens, we're thinking like, oh, hell no, man. I hope it's not the homies. But we kind of knew it was. So yeah, man, we're hearing this CO, female CO, saying like, hey, get off him, get off him, get off him, get off him. And basically what transpired is that the whole time while we were sitting there oblivious to a certain point, bumping this music, doing all that, these fools were going at it, bro. There was the camaradas next to them, and I think there were blacks. There was a bunch of some of the black fellas, man, my black brothers. They were trying to tell these cats like, hey man, chill. Yeah, hey fellas, you know, because, you know, they knew each other. You know, like the camarada, it's one thing for a camarada to be like, hey homies, hey, chill. But you know, we had black neighbors that we were really cool with. You know what I'm saying? We had a good rapport with them, man. And I wouldn't be surprised if my neighbors wouldn't be like, hey fellas, calm down. You know, even though they know that they can't get involved in our shit, but you know, a man is a man. You know, a man is a man. It is what it is. You know, I would have a lot of love for individuals who try to calm us down type shit, right? So I heard this after the fact. They were trying to calm him down. The camaradas as well on the other side. So yeah, they had been getting down all day, bro, going at it with each other. And yeah, man, the dude that was on top of somebody was the dude Travi from Valencia, from what I understand. 99.9% sure he was from Valencia, but his name was Travi. Anybody that hears the story, you guys already know, man. You guys probably heard it before from my channel. Was on Gizmo from Colonia Bakers. That's not to say that homeboy the Gizmo didn't get his money. You know, it's just like he lost the battle. You know, he might have won the first couple of battles or, you know, stalemate, but he lost the war in that cell that day. And the porters that went in there the next day, or the days that, or the hours that followed, probably the next day, right? Seen a big ass pile of blood on top of that rack. But, no, not but, and furthermore, when they pulled out homeboy Travi, they pulled them all the way handcuffed, all the way down to my side of the tier, because they put him in the shower, and the shower was right next to my door, and I could see him through the window like, oh shit. They put him in there. He really didn't look banged up. They pulled out Gizmo in a stretcher, blood all over the place. His white boxers were full of blood. Man, we thought that dude, that homeboy, blasted the shit out of him. You know, we thought that, you know, they got drunk. One of them pulled out a fierro. We were speculating in the sense where, like, if this would put out the fierro and the homeboy didn't, he's in trouble. That type of shit. You know, the fucking cheese man always goes around. We were speculating. I wasn't speculating with nobody. Speculating with my celly, but not outside of myself. But no, it just comes to find out that I kind of find out that fool just fucked him up. You know, he fucked him up, and he was leaking all over the place. You know, and I remember. I'll tell this story later about that one of the paisas that I got into it with on the same block that was slanging in the block. I got into it with them. I'm gonna tell this story again. I told this story over a year and a half ago. It's a great story, but obviously you guys know that my last channel got hacked and deleted. He had told me that dude from Valencia had Travi had hands, but all I remember seeing is a short dude with skinny arms. I was, never underestimate anybody. Never underestimate anybody. And the moral of the story is, of course, for the youngsters and the reoffenders being like, bro, you don't want to go back to this type of shit. Youngsters, you don't ever want to get caught up in the following. Albeit the lockdowns ain't what they used to be. Back then, the lockdowns, man, prior to 2013, the lockdowns used to go on for months, if not years. I did a 33-month lockdown straight. That's 2.5 years. They used to systematically lock us down. This is before the hunger strikes. This is before the lawsuit and all that. And man, because of that, there's dudes that they didn't get along with each other. They didn't get along with each other. And if you didn't get along with each other, man, you were stuck. There was no bad moves during lockdowns, you know, and then you can't get down with each other, you know, on the surface. If you do, you're fucked. But there's some dudes that have mental issues, bro. There's some fools that can't handle the liquor. There's just some dudes that are just J-cats. It is what it is. I'm not trying to say that either one of these cats were a J-cat. I'm just saying that if you get caught up in one of the situations on a lockdown back in the day, you're assed out. There's only one way out of that cell in this type of situation. You don't ever want to be in those type of situations, man. That being said, one life blessed is one life saved. Or one life saved is one life blessed. A smart man learns from his mistakes, but a wise man learns from other people's mistakes. APA, hit that like, hit the subscribe. We'll be back with another video. Love you guys. I'll do a live soon. I'm out.